Well, my name is Kathy Gornik, and I am the president and co-founder of Thiel Audio. We're located in Lexington, Kentucky, and we started in about 1977 in a garage with a dirt floor and no money, and three of us started it. We were college buddies. And our vision for the company was to not necessarily be the biggest loudspeaker manufacturer in the world, but the best one. And so from the very get-go, we really wanted to make the best loudspeakers that we possibly could. And that is really driven by our engineer, Jim Thiel, whose name is on the company. So right now we have about 30,000 square feet, so that's a big improvement over the 900 square feet with which we began. And we have about 30 people here. Our products range in price from about $2,400 a pair. Actually, we have some new ones we're just introducing for a couple $1,000s a pair, or under $2,000 a pair. And we go up to about $10,000 a pair. And are introducing some new products this year at CES, so we're really looking forward to that. I have to say that I'm really surprised at our success. I come from a family that is a second generation American family. All my grandparents are from Yugoslavia. And I have 8 brothers and sisters, 3 older and 5 younger. And my dad had his own little business. And that's partly what inspired me to want to have my own business. And so I get out of college with no money, have a degree, but didn't like teaching. And I had met my partners in college, and one of them, Jim Thiel, asked if I would be willing to try and sell these things. And I was living in Maryland at the time, so I loaded them up into my Pinto station wagon with no air conditioning and proceeded to drive around the mid-Atlantic states and actually ended up selling a lot of these things. And so that was pretty neat. They asked me to come back to Kentucky, and now over the years I have become a full half partner in the company, and my title is president and co-founder. So what I would have to say about my life is I feel like I am one of the luckiest people in the history of the human race, and I literally mean that. And it's primarily because I'm an American, and America is not a country as much as it is a set of ideas. And the ideas are founded in liberty and individual rights, and free trade is embedded in the concept of liberty and individual rights. So there I was, broke, but I could borrow money from family and friends because, of course, the bank would have nothing to do with us. And I could work hard, and I could work smart, and I now can actually buy clothes not at a used clothing store like I did when I started the company. We had so little money that we had to invest everything back into the company. And I never dreamed when I was a kid growing up in Cleveland in this immigrant neighborhood filled with Irish and Italians and Slovenians and Polish people that I would one day be able to actually get in an airplane and fly all over the world. It's just absolutely astounding to me. Why I can do this is because this is a country that embraces the concept of free trade. I could never have done this were I born anywhere else, literally. And I feel eternally grateful to the founders of this country and to any current politician that supports free trade, because frankly, I would not be here, and nor would I be able to hire any of these people or have anything that I have without free trade. Right now, in 2007, fully 50% of our gross revenues come from our sales to places outside of the United States. So where would I be if protectionism ruled? Probably bankrupt. I also need a lot of stuff from all over the world that the United States necessarily doesn't produce cost effectively. And so this is the concept of comparative advantage. So there are some countries that can give us stuff cheaper and better quality than Americans are able to do, but that's okay because we can do a whole lot of things better than a lot of other countries, and so everybody wins in that context of trading in that way. So sometimes my own employees worry about the fact that we're doing some outsourcing in places around the world, but I tell them that's no different than us outsourcing from Massachusetts or California, that in fact trade is a non-political phenomenon. And you really confuse the issue when you make it a geopolitical phenomenon when in fact it's just people trading with people for mutual benefit. So I think free trade is critically important to all Americans. I hope that they embrace it because we just are the country that actually, in a sense, invented it. Not that people didn't trade historically, but we really embraced it and we really led the charge. And as a result, this country, in a mere 250 plus some years, went from nothing to being the most economically powerful country in the world. Well, that's not an accident. Those things happen for reasons. And those reasons have everything to do with our freedoms and our liberties as people to trade and to engage in contracts and to do things that really is forbidden in a lot of other countries. So I hope that the politicians in this country will get the message that little businesses like mine are extremely dependent upon free trade.